You ever watch the Amish clean a room? It's weird. Feels like magic. Like they move slow, but finish fast. Faster than us with all our gadgets buzzing around our heads. And somewhere deep inside, you wonder, how? How do they declutter with this quiet power? How do they turn chaos into calm before most of us finish deciding where to start? Today, inside Rustic Pantry, we go inside that secret rhythm. The rhythm that makes your hands move quicker, your mind lighter, your space cleaner than you ever thought possible. Stay close. This one hits different.
1. The Amish rhythm that silently speeds everything. The Amish don't rush. They don't sprint around like modern people who panic when they see a mess, yet somehow they finish faster. Strange, but there's a story behind it. Imagine an Amish morning, the sun barely climbing, the room silent except for light footsteps. No phones buzzing, no digital storms. Just a woman standing in the middle of a room, scanning it once, then starting. No thinking, no warm-up. Her hands move like the task already decided itself before she even stepped in. It's almost eerie how smooth she shifts through the clutter. She grabs an old cup, removes it, then a misplaced cloth, then a child's toy left overnight. It feels slow, but the progress becomes fast because her mind carries no extra weight, no emotional dragging, no whisper saying, maybe keep this, maybe keep that. Her rhythm is like a calm river, steady but powerful. And when you try copying it, even a small piece, you feel it. The mental noise drops. Your hands pick up pace. Suddenly, you declutter like someone who isn't debating life every time they touch an object.
2. Removing decisions before removing stuff. The Amish do something that sounds weird, but it works like magic. They remove decisions before they remove objects. Let me explain through a small scene. An Amish man enters his workshop. Tools scattered, wood shavings everywhere. A modern person would start choosing, this should stay, this maybe not. This broken thing might get fixed someday, maybe. But he doesn't do that. He follows rules he made long ago. If it's useless, it's gone. If it's broken beyond a quick fix, goodbye. If it hasn't served him in a simple, practical way, he doesn't negotiate with it. So instead of thinking 20 times, he just acts, fast, almost cold, but strangely peaceful. Meanwhile, ordinary people drown in micro-decisions. Their brains get stuck. But if you copy the Amish system, your speed jumps. Make rules, simple ones. 1-year rule, no duplicates rule, no emotional storing rule. When these rules exist, you don't stand there confused. You move, quick, firm, and your room empties before your brain even wakes up fully.
3. Silence that cuts through clutter like a sharp tool. Silence is the secret fuel the Amish use without ever bragging about it. A silence that feels almost heavy, but good heavy. Think of a quiet room where your own breathing becomes a sound. In that silence, your attention sharpens, your senses wake. You see the clutter more honestly. No music distracting, no YouTube video talking nonsense in the background. Just the mess and your hands. And in that simplicity, something strange happens. You work faster because you're not splitting your mind into 10 pieces. You're not drifting. Try it sometime. Declutter in silence. It feels awkward at first. Too still, too empty. But then your hands start moving quicker, purposeful, almost impatient. The silence pushes you, like it whispers, finish this, finish now. And without noticing, you clean in half the time.
4. Starting with the hardest first, because that's the Amish way. The Amish never save the hardest job for last. Now, they go after it like hunters. Imagine an Amish woman looking at a messy storage room, the kind that makes most people run away or lie to themselves that they'll do it later. But she walks in calmly, picks the biggest problem first, maybe the piles of old bedding, or a broken trunk full of forgotten things. She attacks it. Slowly but hard. One heavy step, one tough decision. But the moment she finishes that hardest part, you see something change in her. A small lift in the shoulders, a hidden sigh, a tiny spark. And then everything else becomes easy, almost fun. That's why they finish fast. They break the monster early. If you do the opposite, you drag, you suffer, you slow down. But if you copy this Amish strategy, you'll notice something shocking. The rest of your cleaning feels like sliding downhill, smooth, almost effortless.
5. The one-touch rule that makes decluttering brutal but fast. The Amish touch everything once, just once. No second chances, no going back. That's why their speed is unmatched. Imagine sorting a drawer with that rule. You pick an item, you decide instantly. Keep, donate, trash, fix. No circling back, no maybe later piles. That's why they don't waste hours rethinking the same object. Meanwhile, most people touch an item, then put it down, then pick it up later, then think again, then argue with themselves. It kills time. It kills speed. But when you adopt the one-touch rule, your brain becomes sharper. Decisions get faster. You become a little ruthless, but in a good way. And by the time you finish, the room looks cleaner than you expected because you weren't stuck in mental traffic.
6. The clean anchor spot that creates natural pressure. Every Amish home has a spot that stays perfectly clean. Always. Even on chaotic days. It could be a dining table, a shelf, a tiny corner, but it stays untouched. This clean anchor creates psychological pressure, a healthy one, because when one thing stays clean, the mess around it looks louder, more annoying, more unacceptable. You feel it pulling you to fix everything else. It's like the clean spot whispers, "Come on, restore the balance," and the Amish respond. That's why their homes rarely spiral out of control. You can use this trick too. Pick a spot, keep it flawless, every day, and watch how your brain starts rejecting clutter more aggressively. You'll clean faster simply because the contrast bothers you.
7. Short bursts with Amish intensity. Amish work is slow-looking but intense. There's a weird, quiet fire behind it. They don't waste motion. They don't drift. They don't multitask like the modern world forced us to do. They lock onto one task and give it a storm-like burst of energy. 10 minutes, 15, but strong, pure, focused. Then they pause, then repeat. You can copy this easily. Set a timer, work fast but calm, hands moving, eyes scanning. No distractions, not even tiny ones. These short bursts create momentum, and momentum kills procrastination. Soon you'll see yourself cleaning faster than you thought possible, almost like someone else took over your body for a moment.
8. Simplicity over storage, because storage slows you down. Amish homes have limited storage, not because they lack skill. They could build 100 cabinets if they wanted, but they know storage turns into a trap, a place to hide clutter instead of removing it, a place where things go to sleep and never return. So they avoid it. They keep shelves open, spaces simple. And because there aren't a million hiding spots, they must decide quickly what to keep. This speeds up decluttering more than you think. Meanwhile, modern homes drown in containers and boxes and organizers, and people spend hours organizing clutter they should have thrown away. If you want Amish speed, reduce storage, make clutter visible, make it uncomfortable, and your hands will move faster because your brain refuses the chaos.
9. No wandering, no jumping tasks. Finish the zone. Picture this, a modern person cleaning. They pick a cup from the living room, take it to the kitchen, see the sink,
Start washing dishes, then spot something on the counter, then go to another room. Hours pass and nothing finishes. The Amish don't do this wandering. They don't drift from zone to zone. They stay locked in one area like it's a mission. They don't leave until it's done, completely done. If something belongs elsewhere, they drop it in a temporary basket and keep working in the same zone. This method is powerful. It stops distraction. It stops decision switching. It keeps your energy in one place, and finishing one area fully boosts your speed for the next.
10. Building a life where clutter doesn't grow at all. The Amish are fast at decluttering, not because they clean aggressively, but because their lifestyle doesn't let clutter grow into monsters. They buy less, they keep less, they don't chase new things every week. And because objects don't pile up, the cleaning never becomes overwhelming. Imagine a home where clutter never grows bigger than a handful of items. Cleaning becomes easy, almost boring, and boring tasks get done quickly. You can create a similar environment. Make rules about what enters your home. Practice tiny daily resets. Remove one item a day. Create a natural flow where things enter and exit without getting stuck. When clutter stays small, your speed increases without trying. You just move, calm, steady, almost Amish-like in your quiet efficiency.
So that's the truth. The Amish aren't fast because they rush. They're fast because they live simple, because their minds don't fight their hands. And if you take even a tiny piece of their rhythm, your home changes, your speed changes, maybe even your life shifts a little. Here on Rustic Pantry, we don't chase perfection. We chase clarity, calm, small steps that feel human again. If this story spoke to you, stay with us. More lessons, more real-life calm. See you in the next one, friend.